Listen,
So
Roy sounds like my kind of guy.
come on, Eileen, get out of bed. Move your pelvis.
No, you can't say that. You can't say that. She's in pain.
My mother is 85.
Yeah, she's on the
right?
she's on the ibuprofen.
She looks about 72.
Right. Poor thing's got.
She's listening.
She's got broken. Eileen, stay in bed. Okay.
And she hasn't got a French scarf on. Paris Saint-Germain. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Couldn't quite work out the correlation between your dad abusing a vicar. That's got to do with this. Anyway, listen. Should we get on with the show?
Let's move on with the show.
Move on with the show. Any thoughts, Roy Saunders? 03717223344. He's Dean, as you very well know. I'm Jason, and this is the Sports Show on talkSPORT. Now, a bit of news coming from talkSPORT's Alex Crook this evening. Manchester United have agreed a deal for Atalanta midfielder Ederson, upwards of around about £39 million with a 4-year deal in place, with an option of an extra year. But now we're discussing Liverpool's imminent appointment of Andoni Iraola. Let's take a listen now to former Liverpool winger John Barnes, who spoke on the Hawksby and Jacobs show, where he had this to say on the differences and the pressure on Iraola that he will face at Liverpool.
The expectations are different at Bournemouth because you look at a great manager who was at Brentford in Thomas Frank, then he went to Tottenham, and what happened there?
Yeah.
So it isn't automatically followed, but what I'm saying is that if he comes, and I'll support him because I trust the hierarchy. Because there's no bad managers going to go to Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham. There are no bad managers. Now, if they go through a sticky patch, you got to support them and see. Jurgen Klopp was 20 points off the top when he first came, and we stuck with him.
That's the legend that is John Barnes on Hawksby and Jacobs earlier, talking about Iraola, the fact that he is imminent. It feels like that he's going to join Liverpool. Before we do move on, I think it's only right. Dino, you played with John Barnes, and the news reached us, actually broke it live on Hawksby and Jacobs, that he has prostate cancer.
Yeah.
You mentioned that today.
Yeah, and I know Kenny Dalglish, I know Kevin Keegan, and I know John Barnes, and obviously I know you. You've had cancer as well, and it is a bit of a shock to everybody, especially people connected with Liverpool. 3 unbelievable players, but it just shows you. And if we got John in here tonight, he'd just say, "Go and get checked." I had a prostate check, and which is brilliant. They come to the golf club,
right? Because
men keep saying, "I'll do it next week. I'll do it next week," and it does save your life if you catch it early.
Yes, of course. Well, Simon Jordan, of course, had prostate cancer.
Yeah, Simon had it as well, yeah.
I had testicular cancer twice. And yes, so not just men or boys, but, everyone, keep yourself checked to know what your body feels like. That's the message. And don't be afraid to go and see a GP, because you know what? That's their job. They're not...
But if you catch it early...
Well, that's always the same with everything.
You're off and running, aren't you? You can get rid of it.
The earlier you catch it, the better chance you have of curing it and surviving, without question.
And sometimes there's no symptoms. There's nothing wrong with you. I bet John Barnes never felt anything wrong with him. No. And then you have a test and you go, right, so
there you go. Boys and girls out there, go and check yourself. Know what your body feels. Let's move on with the show. Let's go and speak to Douglas, who is a Liverpool fan. He might have a question on Roy Saunders as well. I don't know.
Douglas.
He's a Liverpool fan, so he obviously wants to talk about Iraola, but he might have a question to Dean Saunders about Roy. All right, Dougie.
Hi, Doug.
All right, Dougie boy.
How you doing, son? How you doing, guys?
All right, matey.
Yeah, good, thank you.
Have you got a question to Dean about his dad, Roy?
Roy?
No, he was. He's a Liverpool fan.
Okay, can you turn your radio off, please, Doug?
You're just behind.
Yeah, done it.
Yeah, thank you, bud. Have you got a question to Dean about his dad? If not, we move on.
No, I was just talking about the Iraola.
Okay, let's move on. Go on, mate.
What? Have you cut him off?
No, Doug.
Hello.
Doug.
Yeah, go on. What's your question?
Go on about the new manager.
Yeah, just about the new manager, mate. Have we rushed into it a little bit, maybe?
It does feel a bit like they had Alonso lined up.
Yeah.
And if Alonso don't get it, Steven Gerrard's next in the queue because of who he is. And all of a sudden, it's like as if they've changed their mind. They were going to keep Slot. They've changed their mind, and now they're scratching around. I think Mo Salah's comments at the end of the season and 12 players liking the tweet he put out, I thought was bang out of order. Don't get me wrong, Mo Salah, great player. I think what he done was wrong, and I thought the 12 players who liked the tweet should be ashamed of themselves.
Right.
And eventually, it took him 3 goes to get Slot the sack, and on his way out the door, he's got him.
No, Slot got himself the sack. He played. If he was
a bit of everything, Jason.
Yeah. No, if he missed out on the title by 1 point and got to a Champions League final, and got beaten penalties, he's keeping his job.
Well, style of play's not.
No, the style of play's
not right.
No.
And there's mitigating circumstances to him getting sacked.
Yep.
He lost 9 players.
Yep.
What team wins the league and gets rid of 9 players?
Mm-hmm.
Diaz, Jota, Nunez, Harvey Elliott, Tsimikas, Kwanzaa, Kelleher, Trent, gone. All players who would have took part in the season. Yep. He brought 5 new players in, which is difficult. That's why I tipped Arsenal to win the league, because they were more stable than the Liverpool. So he's got 5 players in. Isak was a disaster, never got fit, which we all thought last year, if they sign Isak, they've won the league.
Well, I said Liverpool.
We all thought that.
I said Liverpool. I said Arsenal. I did say Arsenal from day one. But you expected Liverpool. You can't finish. There's a reason he got sacked.
Yeah,
right?
And then put on top of that, you're missing Trent. So Salah has played like he has this season, which we didn't expect. And then you got 8 right backs. Frimpong's not good enough. Kirkes is not as good as Randy Robertson.
The fullback situation has been a major issue for Liverpool. Seriously, that has been, I think, is one of the biggest reasons.
Definitely. Gapco comes inside every time he gets it. Yeah. Diaz used to go outside people and cross it for Salah.
Not replace Diaz either.
So when you having to go at Salah, I thought there was circumstances where Trent's disguise passing, missing Diaz, missing Nunez and Jota, who used to link up. He obviously misses Henderson, who used to join in the magic triangle out on the right, and style of play and injuries. The whole thing, I don't think Arne Slot could have imagined how bad this would go.
No, I agree with that. I don't think anyone could, but actually the style of football, and if the players aren't enjoying it, and it would appear that some of the players have had enough, and you're right, he's dropping
What about
bombs.
some of the players looking in the mirror, Jace?
Yeah, no, Dino, you're right, but we've all been in dressing rooms, right? When a manager gets the sack, there's a reason he gets the sack. There is.
Results.
Yeah, it comes down to that, mate. And
no one says anything if you're winning.
No. 03717223344. Keep your calls coming, gang. I want to talk about Liverpool. Iraola, it looks like it's imminent that he'll be your next manager. By the way, I'm a big fan of his, the style of football he played down at Bournemouth. 03717223344. And you want to ask a question about Roy. Roysy. Was he Royston? Was he Royston Saunders? Or just Roy?
Roy.
Just Roy. 03717223344. You are listening to SportsSport. He's Dean Saunders from Jason. And this is talkSPORT with talkSPORT Bet. Download the new talkSPORT Bet app today. 18 plus. BigGambleAware.org.